Thanks for joining us. I'm Emily Vukovic. Your Weather Watch continues for this Friday. It is the 21st of April. Here are today's developing stories. Flooded in Ontario. We'll take a look at some of that in Hamilton and in through Dundas. More rain and freezing rain for parts of the east and tracking the next system. All right, we take you west. Today is going to be a wonderful day for you in BC. Vancouver, we're getting up to 15 degrees. You actually haven't seen that warmth in the city since November. Areas outside of Vancouver, Abbotsford, you could be flirting with 20 degrees today. Meanwhile, across the prairies, a little bit of a different story when it comes to temperatures. Calgary, we're cooler at 10, Edmonton 7, Regina, beautiful, 17 degrees. Get out and enjoy today for BC because you have got a system on the way for the weekend that is going to be bringing in some fairly decent amounts of rain Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. By then, we're expecting to pick up anywhere between 30 to 60 millimeters of rain. So this is certainly going to be intensifying. Across the prairie provinces, we do have this area of low pressure bringing in the risk for isolated thunderstorms tonight through southern Saskatchewan. And then for the weekend, we have got a system bringing in with cold enough air associated with it that we are going to be seeing some snow pushing in. So the snowfall forecast, depending on where you are, if you're traveling on Highway 16, the potential is there for 5 to 15 centimeters down towards the QE2. Northwest of the city of Calgary, you could still see higher amounts, and then towards the east, the amounts get a little bit lower. There's that thunderstorm risk that I was just mentioning, and now I'm going to turn things over to Chris Murphy for today's top videos. This is an archived radar. Thanks, Chris. So you can see the amount of rain that moved in a very short period of time. Some areas saw up to 75 millimeters. Dundas, Ontario, I'm talking to you. All right, our question of the day, do you feel you're prepared in the event of a flood? Yes, I am. No, I'm not, or I'm not sure. No, I'm not. I think a lot of people will be changing their mind, especially if they live near Hamilton or Dundas, Ontario, after yesterday's 75 millimeters of rain. It's quick and it's dangerous. Coming up, it's the science behind flash flooding after your locals. Your Weather Watch continues on this Friday. It's the 21st of April. I'm Emily Vukovic, and not a better day to have beautiful conditions through southern BC. We've got Vancouver getting up to 15 degrees today. That's the warmest you have been since November. Now, if all this kind of cool and wet weather is getting you down, Chrissy Van found out what we can do about it. All right, thank you so much for that, Christy. This too shall pass, right? So will the snow eventually. If you're thinking, wait, where's my spring? It's here, but we've got a lot of cold air coming in from the north, and we are going to be seeing anywhere between 5 to 15 centimeters along Highway 16, just getting out of Edmonton, traveling east. Here's that cold air that's going to be filtering down, contributing to that snow. Through Ontario, we saw some very intense thunderstorms roar through yesterday. Heavy downpours led to some localized flooding. Dundas, Ontario being a really hard spot that was hit. It was really hit hard with that rain. 75 millimeters in a really short period of time. Rain, snow, freezing rain through the Avalon. We're going to continue to see that risk as of 8 a.m. this morning. St. John's had already picked up about 10 hours of freezing rain. Okay, it is time for you to brag. Let's take a look at Share Your Weather. That's Nuka. Having a good time, sitting in the snow. Brr, cold. And Fairmont Hot Springs, a beautiful location. Full moon. This is from April 15th of this year. Just gorgeous, isn't it? Hi. Thanks for joining us. I'm Emily Vukovic, and today we're talking about the rain, the thunderstorms, and snow right across the country. We're starting things off in BC, where you're going to see a beautiful day today. You've got temperatures getting up to about 15 degrees to the city of Vancouver. Abbotsford, you could be flirting with 20. But then we've got more rain on the way late day Saturday, continuing right into Tuesday, 30 to 60 millimeters of rain by the time it's all said and done. Today, we do have a trough in place. We've got a little bit of instability through southern Saskatchewan that could be bringing us the risk for some isolated thunderstorms. And then this weekend, we're talking about snow, giving us about 5 to 15 centimeters in the harder hit areas. To the east, we're dealing with that rain that moved through parts of Ontario yesterday, in through Quebec today, 20 to 30. Well, if you're in BC and seeing that #1 spot, if it got you down, don't worry. Chrissy Van has a plan for you. All right, thank you so much, Chrissy. And that's true, right? Because even though it's cloudy, you're still getting a little bit of brightness. So yeah, just try your best to make sure you get out and enjoy that sunshine today, because look at the forecast for Sunday. This is going to be wet for you in Vancouver. Kelowna, not a bad day. Temperatures across the prairie certainly cooling down with that system that's approaching and tracking its way across the east. We are going to have more on the flooding that happened yesterday in Ontario coming up next. Hi there, I'm Emily Vukovic. It's Friday, it's the 21st of April, and here are today's developing stories. Flooded by the storms that ran through southern Ontario yesterday. More rain and freezing rain for parts of the east, and tracking the next system. Right now we're going to take you to Chris Scott, who is our chief meteorologist here at the Weather Network, but he is also a resident of Dundas, Ontario. Incredible flooding in such a short period of time. Now, the bulk of the 75 millimeters that came down actually came down in the span of 2 hours. So a lot of people just didn't have time to get prepared for it, even if you wanted to. Hamilton picked up 72 millimeters. Meanwhile, in Toronto, such a sharp contrast with 25 millimeters of rain falling. Temperatures today much calmer. We're still seeing that rain moving up towards the Nickel Belt and through Timmins and up through Ottawa, but Toronto looking a lot calmer, 11 degrees. Windsor, 11. Yesterday, Windsor's temperatures were up into the mid-20s. Rainfall forecast through Quebec today. We are going to be seeing about 15 to 30 millimeters widespread. And then in through Atlantic Canada, I know you're wondering, what is that blob of purple? That's freezing rain. As of 8 a.m. this morning, St. John's had already picked up 10 hours worth of freezing rain, and more to come throughout the day today. And then tonight, things will start to taper off. We'll get a bit of a break throughout the day on Saturday, and then the risk comes in again through Saturday overnight and into Sunday as this next system starts to approach. Light snow today throughout the Maritime provinces and some rain towards the south. Your question of the day: do you feel you are prepared in the event of a flood? Yes, no, I'm not sure. Most people are saying no, I'm not, but this is giving us a good indication to get prepared possibly. Seeing rain on the way for parts of BC by the end of the weekend and into early next week. 30 to 60 millimeters of rain is on the way for you in through the lower mainland. But today, you've got 15 degrees through Vancouver and lots of sunshine. Just when you thought it was spring, we have another system coming in across the prairie provinces in an area of high pressure to the north that is going to be giving us the potential of 5 to 15 centimeters through some areas. Have you ever seen a moon that close? Take your pick. I'm Emily Vukovic, and this is just showing you an archived radar of the storms that moved through the area. We saw tons of rain in a very short period of time. Now, do you feel you are prepared in the event of a flood? Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Or I'm not sure. We'd love to hear your answer. Just send us a tweet on Twitter. And if you've ever had your basement flooded, or if you're worried if it could happen, here's Kevin Yard with some tips. All right, thanks for that information, Kevin. Now today, the messy mix continues for you in Newfoundland. We've got a rain, snow, and freezing rain issue. We've had freezing rain for over 10 hours through St. John's. Now, for where else it's snowing across the country, let's check in with Chris Murphy. All right, good advice. Thanks, Chris. Taking a look at our forecast conditions right across the country. I'm Emily Vukovic, by the way. Thanks for joining us. Things to the east are drying up much better. We're looking at 11 degrees through Toronto. Montreal still pretty wet. Tomorrow being Earth Day, we enlisted some of our reporters to show you how even a small effort can help our planet.